All right, guys, haven't made a video in a few weeks, mainly because I live in Texas and it's cold. And when you live in Texas, the first sign of cold weather, you just hide. That's basically what we do. I know most people don't watch these type of videos, but I'm asking you to watch it all the way through to help the algorithm a little bit. And also I want to talk about the upcoming things I have going on in 2025. I know because there's been a little gap in videos, people probably think, oh, he just made a couple of videos and he's done. No. I want to commit to YouTube full time, along with becoming a CFI this year. So please, if you're here, subscribe, like, share, comment. Please watch the video all the way through. I appreciate it. But in this video, I want to talk about what I have planned in 2025 and also talk about projects and things that you can see, things that are going to happen on my channel in 2025. For starters, I don't do second takes. So when I'm doing videos like this, it's not scripted. I just go and do it from my brain, and whatever comes out is what is on the video. So that being said, let's start with what my plans for 2025 are. Now, sorry, I'm in the shop. It's crazy in here. It's really dirty. Again, in Texas, when wintertime happens, we put all the vehicles in here, and I live on a property with family, so there's multiple vehicles we shove in here. This is a property owned by my kid's grandmother. So anyways, in 2025, I already said it, but I definitely plan on becoming a CFI. I'm working on that. I already have one of my tests scheduled for this year. Also, I plan on making this YouTube channel as great as possible, and that includes videos about things that you want to know about flying. And once I become a CFI, more educational. Right now, they're just kind of informational. And also that includes adventures in the videos. So I'm already talking with some people about springtime, about possibly going and doing like a flight up to northern Texas and the Red River, the Brazos River, doing some maybe trying to find some sandbars and things like that. Obviously the challengers aren't exactly, stole and all that stuff, but I know I can make it work. And if I don't feel comfortable with it, we won't do it. But that's just one of many things I have planned. In my next video, if you are not a pilot yet and you're thinking about becoming a pilot, you're definitely gonna wanna watch that video because I have a great giveaway. It blows my mind that this company is even working with me on a video. So it's a couple $100 value, and it's a big head start if you're not a pilot yet. And if you are a pilot, watch the video because you can win it and give it to a friend who's thinking about becoming a pilot. So that might give you an idea of what it is. But if you know what it is because you're one of my friends, don't say it, but feel free to guess in the comments what you think it is. And yeah, I probably won't disclose it because it's kind of cool. It's a giveaway, and a small channel like mine to be able to do a giveaway is pretty awesome. So 2025 should be full of a lot of great videos, so please subscribe. Now let's talk about the projects we have. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna get to these projects. One of them I will this year for sure, probably by summer. The other one is the one that's sitting beside me here. This is kind of more of a long-term goal for the channel. But if any of you watched the glider video, Dan, my very close friends, lifelong friends basically, or since I was, before I was a teenager. My dad used to fly with a guy named Dan. Dan passed away. I'm one of my best friends married Dan's daughter. We all used to fly together and all this. It's a whole thing. But the moral of the story is his daughter actually gifted us his Beaver. This is a Part 103 single seat Beaver. I believe it's a 377 bolted up to it. As you can see, it's a project. And by project, I'm saying it's pretty much ground up because I'll show you over here. We even have the wings. One wing has fabric on them. The other, and it's probably gonna have to be taken off because when we grabbed this wing, there's these little plastic, see these little plastic things? Well, there's a bunch of those that are broken. So chances are we're gonna have to take the fabric off of the other wing and the flaperons or ailerons. I don't know if it's a flaperon aileron, yeah, so do that on the ailerons also so that we are safe. I don't want to have anything that's going to fall apart on us while we're flying. yeah, so that's a long-term project on the channel that you might see. I'm not going to make some boring video for an hour about us working on the plane. It would be quick updates, things like that. Really quick, guys, if you're watching this, I'm putting this, I already filmed this video, so I'm putting this in after. I apologize. This project is a late 80s single-seat Beaver, and there's actually a lot of stuff we don't know about this plane. So I know I just got done talking about it in the video, and now I'm putting this in between. If you know a lot about Beavers and parts, or if you have a single-seat Beaver like this one with the shocks and all this stuff, man, if I could find somebody to send me pictures, like up-close pictures of all the stuff, or if you know like a parts list or anything like that, if you know somebody with tons of parts of these, please reach out to me. This is something that we're going to be doing as a project in the long run, and I would like to have those pictures so I can start putting together a parts list. Anyways, now let's talk about the next project. The other one, which you might have saw when I scanned the camera around, I don't know, is the Challenger 1. Now, this was Jack's Challenger 1, and it wasn't like gifted to me, but it's a situation to where we have to figure out some legalities on the airplane, and not even really legalities as much as paperwork. So what I'm going to do is I have the aircraft here. This is going to be the channel's plane. And we're just going to figure out once I can figure out how hard it's going to be to get all the paperwork figured out, then this will eventually be part of the channel. The downside is beautiful plane. It has been sitting out a little bit. I know some people have reached out and made some pretty egregious offers, and listen, we appreciate the offers, but the plane's worth more than the offers I was getting. So we're definitely not doing that. So and I talked to Jack's wife, and she agrees. She wants to see the plane go to the right place, and I think that right place is right here with us. So we're gonna make that work. I just got to get it figured out because there's some paperwork stuff with it. You know how that goes if you're into FAA stuff. But some of the main stuff with this is that this horizontal stab is gonna have to be refabricated or patched. It still has the GT2, belt. I have to get the carburetors from her. There's some stuff shoved in there. There's just a lot of, like, once we moved it, there's a lot of small things and some big things. Like, for example, there are no brakes, and the brakes aren't even hooked up, and it's gonna have to be a whole thing because those aren't even the right. I'm gonna have to get the right wheel settings or the right wheel bearings and everything just to make that work. Does have a lot of cool features. The choke up here, trim up here, heater, and it has a heater which is actually down here, and there's the heater thing is back here, the little tube. Obviously it won't be there in the summertime. It does have doors. The doors are actually sitting on top of the wings right now. I know it's a cluster in here. We're actually going to elevate all this stuff. I would put all this stuff in the hangar, except for you have to pay per plane. So hopefully I can get this channel doing good enough to where I can actually just get a complete hangar to myself, and that way I can have these projects in there and we can work on them. That's one of my goals for the year. I don't know if YouTube doesn't really pay a lot, so that's probably not something that is feasible, but we will see. I really enjoy doing this, and obviously I'm going to be becoming a CFI this year, hopefully that's my plan. So yeah, so to get back to this is a short-term project because within the next 6 months or so I should have the legalities figured out on it. As soon as it's legal, this plane will be put back in the air. So whatever I got to do, that'll happen. So few other things. If you're watching this and you're into plane stuff, we have this tug. It's going to be for sale. We pulled the original engine off and we put a Predator engine on. Now I just have to mount it completely. That's just sitting there. So if you're interested in that, let me know. We'll be selling that. I don't really know how much for. I paid $250 for the engine alone, so I don't know what that's going to cost. The other thing too, if you're interested in this stuff, is we've got the 2 BRSs. If anybody needs something like that, let me know. This is all the stuff for the project, the struts and things for the project plane. Also, if you live in the East Texas area, this place is such a mess, guys. Don't judge us on this. It's only because of the weather and stuff. If you're in the East Texas area and you are working on plane aircraft projects, ultralights, things like that, let me know if you need anything. This is all AN bolts and like rivets and just anything you could think of. AN bolts. Like, I mean, these are all aircraft bolts. A lot of them are just for regular aircraft stuff too, but like anything you could think of for the fuel lines, shrink wrap or whatever that stuff's called, just anything you could think of aircraft related. This was actually stuff that I got with the Beaver from Dan's family. So it was gifted to me. So I will gladly, if you need to and you want to come look through this stuff and you have a plane or a project you're working on, or if you see something or something specifically you need, I will gladly send it to you. Or you know, you can come here and dig through the stuff. But you know, we got AN4 bolts, just everything, just tons and tons of stuff. I can't even tell you guys all what it is because it's just so much like nuts and bolts. And actually there's still a little bit there I'm going to be grabbing. I have to go back to Arizona, which is where all that stuff was. So if you're in this area and you want to come shuffle through all this stuff, it would just be so awesome to have some of Dan's stuff go to use in the aviation world, and I'd like to see that stuff flying again. And all of that stuff's going to help me put this back together. So, you know, it's all part of a big picture, but if that's something you're interested in, you're in the area, feel free. If you're like one of these ultralight guys out here and you need a nut or bolt or rivet or anything, just come here first and see if it's here before you go buying it. And again, it's free. Again, we'll work a deal if somebody's interested in the BRSs. They're from O2, haven't been repacked. Here's my beautiful German Shepherd. Kasha. Yeah, she's beautiful. Just thought I'd show you how beautiful my dog is. But yeah, so there's a lot of project stuff we're going to be working on. Sorry if this video kind of seemed pointless or long and drawn out, but I just wanted to talk about 2025. I wanted to talk about the projects we have going on, and also get feedback from you guys about what you would like to see. For me in the videos, I would really like, for me personally, I like more of the adventure stuff. So I want to go and do things like fly somewhere where we can fish or camp and things like that. So that's going to be heavily involved at some point in time. It's just kind of a matter of figuring out how to put all that stuff in the plane, the weather. And when it's really hot, it's hard to fly two people in the Challenger. So during the summertime, now it's like I'm limited to solo because I'm heavier. One of my 2025 resolutions has been not to have sugar, and so I haven't had any sugar since the day after Christmas, so that's good. Still fat, but I'll get that narrowed down. I'm 235. I want to get back down to like 210. So yeah, I appreciate it if you made it this far. Please like, share, subscribe. There's super thanks if you want to go that route. If you want to donate to the channel, there's the Amazon wish list in the description. And again, guys, the next video, I can't urge you enough to watch it. Share it with your friends. The company that I'm working with on this is one of the biggest companies in aviation, and I don't even know why they're giving me the opportunity to do what I'm doing. So I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not the biggest thing in the world. It's a couple $100 value, but it's really awesome. So if you could help me out with that, the other ways you could help me out is all the stuff I said by liking, comment, sharing, subscribing. If you do that, I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments and I will hit them up on the next video, which will probably be the video with the giveaway. So appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.